Hello, I'm live. So I wanted to try something new. If you don't like it, um, you can. Oh, what does this say? Orientation is locked. Rotate device back. Hmm. Let's see. I'm not quite sure what to do about that. It says a little arrow button. Okay, I'm still trying to figure this out. Let me see. Oh, hello. That's not rotating the device. That's flipping the camera to me. Flip. Rotate device back. Well, I already have it set like this. I'm not quite sure how to set it another way. I'm recording from my phone. My bed isn't made, and you can kind of see that over there. Sorry, my bad. Are you sure you want to stop streaming? Cancel. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna do this. So I wanted to do a live stream just to see if I like it. This might be the only one that I do in the whole entire history of my channel, but I want to do a puzzle. I live in Texas, so right now we are experiencing the big freeze. We get 1 to 2 ice storms a year, and I absolutely love this weather. It's my favorite. I've already been walking around outside today. I've been taking pictures. I went out to the road and I took some pictures. My cats are loving looking outside. The cardinals are feasting out there. I went out there and fed the birds. So I wanted to do a little cardinal puzzle. Well, not just cardinals. They're cardinals. That's a chickadee, I think. Blue jay. What is that? I don't know. That's not a chickadee. I don't know what that one is called. That one's the chickadee. These three kinds of birds have been having so much fun in my backyard. So I want to do a puzzle. I wanted to do this last night. I wanted to do a puzzle and in the background have on um, the Barbie Nutcracker movie on my TV. But then I looked it up and that would be a copyright infringement. So I can't do that. So hopefully I'm allowed to do this. I have a huge record collection and I haven't listened to them in a while. I think I've listened to like 90%, maybe 85 to 90% of all my records, but I have so many of them that they won't all fit in my record console. And so I need to narrow them down. So I'm going to start with my Christmas ones. I know Christmas is over, but I wasn't able to really enjoy Christmas. Shadow sees something out there. Don't run into the glass, Shadow. She's ready to go for it. Anyway, I wasn't really able to enjoy like a homey Christmas because me and my family were in this huge transition of me moving and everything. So now I'm kind of like enjoying it, especially since it's like snowy and icy outside for like the only time of the year in Texas, only time in 2 years actually, because last year we didn't really get snow slash ice to this extent to where it like everyone had to stay at home. Oh, I see a cardinal. Oh, they're so fat. They're like this. They're so cute. Anyway, I want to find some records that are probably public domain. I'm not sure. And listen to those. I'm starting with Christmas ones, and this is the one I'm going to listen to today. And I'm starting with one that I know I'm going to keep because I really like this one. So that's the back. So I'm going to play this in the background on my record player. It's in my room and do this little puzzle. Hopefully I don't have to go to the bathroom. I did that before before I went live. So yeah, I'm going to go start this. Where should I put this? Should I like display the record somewhere? Yeah, I'm just going to set it up over here. I'm guessing that you can hear it. It's not super loud. Let me see if there's a chat going on. Oh, someone says hi, Megan. Hi. I don't really know how to look at all this. Hi, Mom23 Forever 3. Alright. I'm not really going to be able to look at the chat because it's behind me. But Usually, I don't know why I dumped them out. That isn't usually how I do it. But feel free to just scroll on by or stay for a while, whatever you want to do. Also, I'm like stuck inside, so this is like my public interaction for the next couple of days. I'm hoping that school gets canceled tomorrow so I don't have to go to work. Most teachers don't like it when we get bad weather days, but I love it. Most teachers don't like it because, you know, you have to make up the day later on, but I really don't mind that at all. And like the week off now, how fun is that? Mm-hmm. I wonder if anybody that I know is gonna see this. A couple of people that I know that I have a channel, but not a lot. My family, of course. My closest friends do. Yeah. That's all. Just like my closest friends and my family. So I wonder if any of them will see this. If they do, they probably won't stay very long. Like, oh, there goes Megan. Doing the puzzle on the internet. If anyone I know is watching, hello. Can you hear the music in the background? Hi, good morning. Hi from Greece. Oh my goodness, hello. I know a couple people in Greece. I traveled with a couple people that moved to Greece for mission work. I started with a small puzzle. This one's 250 pieces. I didn't want to fully commit to a 1,000 piece puzzle my first time going live. So, there's that. Let me know if you can hear the music in the background. I'll pop in and see what you say. Don't see any comments about the music so far. Maybe that's because I'm not scrolling. Not sure. It's probably a little laggy too because I'm only on my data on my phone. How's the weather where y'all are? Is it as different than the normal as it is over here where I am? Because where I am, this is not normal. I think I said in my last video that the thing that I really wanted to do the most when I moved into this house was to bake cookies and do puzzles and watch Christmas movies. My oven's broken, so I can't really bake cookies. But other than that, this was the goal. This was the ultimate goal for the winter. Okay, I think I got most of the edge pieces. I've never seen anyone do a puzzle on a live stream. But that's probably because I've never looked for someone doing a puzzle on a live stream. I don't imagine that that's a common thing for people to want to search for. chat again. Oh, there's a person saying something. Um, Pretty sure no school tomorrow. Yeah, I hope so. Good morning, Glinda. Near Fort Worth. Oh, I can't see the whole message. I'm pretty sure no school tomorrow. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I hope there's no school. But we haven't gotten an email or anything about it yet. So I'll look at the chat when I'm done with the edge pieces, I think. I'm trying to think. think side one is done. So I should probably go flip the record over. Oh, hello, comments. So glad you are okay. Hope you are well. Thank you, Terry Z. Hi, good morning. I live in Indiana and the snow is falling so fast. Oh, I would love to see that. 10 inches. That's awesome. Yeah, festive spirits. A little bit late for that, but 32 degrees and raining, Tennessee. I've never been to Tennessee. I have some friends who live there, but I've never been there. All right, I'm gonna go flip the record over to the other side. The cats are behind me now, looking towards the road. I really like the view out of the front window, but that goes towards the road. I don't really want to show anybody's driver's license plate or like the road that I live on, you know. But just know it's really pretty out the front window. The towering pine trees, all of the snow. I've done this puzzle before. I have comfort puzzles, kind of like I have comfort movies and shows. I just do the same ones over and over again. I have a friend at work. I don't know how she found out that I liked to do jigsaw puzzles, but she brings me puzzles all the time. I don't know whether it's like from donations that she gets them, or they were her kids' old puzzles, or whether she likes to do puzzles. I haven't really asked, but she just brings me puzzles sometimes. So I have new ones that I haven't done yet that she has given me. So I'll get around to those. But I have certain ones that I know that I like. I also had some that I thought I would like that I didn't. Like I had this Thomas Kincaid one of Mickey and Minnie Mouse ice skating, and it was 1,000 pieces, I think. But it was all in like this through rose-colored glasses. It was all like purples and pinks, like all of the snow, the sky, the ice, the characters, the buildings, everything was like purple and pink, and so everything looked the same. It was too challenging, and I like puzzles to be more relaxing than challenging. So I didn't like that one. I ended up donating it. reference the picture yet. So this is gonna go on the bottom. This is gonna go in this corner. That's the top. From what I remember, this is a really small puzzle. Like it's really, really tiny. Like a little bitty square or rectangle. It's probably not here. Usually when I do them, I only take out the pieces that I'm using out of the box. I don't just dump out the whole box. So I have no idea why I just dumped out the whole box. I'm gonna put these pieces back in the box and then sift through the box to grab them out. Because that's the way that I like to do it. I guess maybe it's because it's been so long since I've done a puzzle. I don't think I've done one since I got Shadow. I had a season over the summer where I just did a bunch of puzzles, and I had a Studio Ghibli marathon over the summer. Well, Studio Ghibli movies and ocean movies. I was really into the ocean. Anything that was underwater, I wanted to watch. So I watched, I think like an alien movie. I watched Titanic again. I just was into watching ocean stuff over the summer. Still love the ocean. There's a guy on YouTube who reacts to like spooky water. It's like thalassophobia is what it's called, the fear of like deep water. And I love watching stuff like that, where it's just like people just suspended in the middle of the ocean, and it's just like blue underneath and blue on all sides. It's so it's so eerie and spooky, but in a good way. I like it. I mean, I don't know if I would ever suspend myself in the middle of the ocean, but I like to watch other people do it. Okay, I'm missing one edge piece. Where do I want to start? Okay, let me get out all of the red top of the birdhouse. Oh, there's a fat cardinal again. Oh, there's so many chickadees. Oh, they're so cute. Little birds. I feel like I was saying something and I had a train of thought that I lost. Oh yeah, last time I did puzzles was over the summer. When I was watching all the Studio Ghibli movies in my living room. I haven't seen all of them, of course. But I really wanted to watch that art style over the summer. I don't know, I just feel like it's very summery. So I watched Howl's Moving Castle. I watched Spirited Away again, which is spoopy. I watched Kiki's Delivery Service. And I watched Ponyo. Oh my goodness, the artwork in Ponyo is so good. I think that's what got started me on Ghibli, because I was watching a bunch of underwater movies, and I was like, oh, Ponyo has like water in it. And so then I watched Ponyo, and after I watched Ponyo, I just really wanted that art style in my life for the rest of the summer. And so then I just started watching a bunch of Studio Ghibli movies. I wonder if I have all the pieces to this puzzle. I'm not sure if any of them are missing. I have a little box back here on a big stack of records that's by my door. I have a little bitty box, and in it I have puzzle pieces that I don't know where they belong. I've just found them on the floor. Another reason I haven't done puzzles since summer was because I got Shadow in the summer, and she will attack a puzzle. I'm surprised she's not over here right now. She's looking at the birds. They've gotten to the point where I can't tell which one is which, because now both of my black cats are the same size. I'm getting my children confused. Shadow. Okay, Shadow's back there, because here she comes. She knows her name. Hi, baby girl. And Speckles is sleeping by electric fireplace. That shadow. If you can see her. You probably can. She crawled under the table. I think this is the last song on this record, so I haven't picked a second one. There's the little sticks. Red, brown. Foot is falling asleep. So in a second, I'm going to have to go pick a second record. I'll do the live stream until I'm done with the puzzle. I don't think it should take very long. And I don't want to make it too short because, you know, live streams are usually things people like to have on in the background just for some cozy or to fall asleep to. Oh my goodness. Did you see that? Because I didn't. Shadow, you can't go through the door. Oh my goodness. Y'all, I'm so grateful to be in the woods. I'm so grateful. I am, in case, you don't know, in case I haven't mentioned it in the video, I'm not sure if I have or not, or in case you haven't been watching my channel, I just moved on to a rental house on 52 acres, dude, 52 acres in the woods, and I'm over the moon, like, now that, all of the repairs are done, and I don't have, like, strangers in here making a mess, you know, walking with their work boots on, getting dirt everywhere, leaving trash everywhere, smoking cigarettes in my driveway. I had to tell one of those boys to not smoke in my house. He was in here and he started smoking and I was like, no, sir, take that outside. Oh, anyway, now that all that is done, I'm just so grateful to be here. I'm so grateful that they're gone. I'm grateful that I have running water, that I'm able to put my touch on everything now. I'm able to make things pretty, and I'm grateful that I'm in the woods, y'all. It's so nice because the past 3 years I've lived on the highway, like right on the main highway that goes through my area. So not being on the highway is really nice. I think, okay, so I've done these puzzles before, right? I've done this puzzle several times. I think I got this puzzle when I was in community college, I'm pretty sure, for 10 cents at a thrift store. And yes, pretty sure that's the actual price, because I think I know where I got this from, and they used to be really, really good prices. They're not anymore. I don't remember what I was saying. I have to go flip this record. Oh yeah, here's what I was saying. I think from all of the times that I've done this before, doing the birds first is the best way to go. And I think every time I do this puzzle, I forget that I should do the birds first, from what I'm remembering right now as I'm doing it. So we'll see. Yay, I feel so accomplished. I've gotten a couple pieces in the inside done. I'm going to look for another record and see what we're going to listen to next. Let's find out. Done with the winter guitars. Hopefully this video stays monetized and stays up. I don't want to get a copyright strike or claim or whatever. Oh, they're so cute. Maybe at the end I'll bring my camera over to the door so y'all see all the birds. I've got some here that I think I'm not going to be allowed to play because they have Julie Andrews in them. Oh, this is cute. Here, let's do this one. Let me see what y'all think about this. I think this is sweet. I don't know if I've listened to this. Maybe I have, but it's been a while. But it's stories. It's not music. It's Christmas stories. So it says, the Christmas stories are On Christmas Eve, Daddy's Christmas, Christmas Kitten, The Long Stocking, The Friendly Beasts. I'm pretty sure that'll be good. And here's the back. The back of it. Language and children. Cool. And they have like other holidays. You know, I have a story record that's the story of Alice in Wonderland that's on record on vinyl. About this. Should I turn it up? I'll turn it up just a little bit. Okay, I turned it up a tad. Let me see what y'all have to say about that. Walking back over to the chat. Oh, black and white movies. We are side. I know. I don't know how to fix it. I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all are sideways. I don't really know what to do. Maybe I can figure that out and then. Ooh, can y'all hear it? The next time I'll fix it. She couldn't fix it. Yeah, I couldn't fix it. Okay, I'm gonna turn it up more. I can't really hear.
They had lain in bed for hours, listening and pretending. They saw reindeer and sugar plums and angels and stars and wise men. Then one of the children said, "Let us all go down and touch the tree and make a wish before we go to sleep." So very quietly, in the large, cold playroom, they took their clothes under the covers and dressed themselves. They put on their sweaters and slippers and socks and bathrobes. In the big, quiet house where the people were sleeping, the children got out of their beds. Then into the upstairs hall they went, quietly,
Can you hear?
almost without breathing they went, past the door where Mother and Father were sleeping, so quietly through the hall. No sound until the top stair creaked. Then they all stood terribly still and listened. No sound but their own thumping hearts. And now they were creeping downstairs in the middle of the night of all nights, Christmas night. Out the window it even looked like Christmas, the quietest night in the world, with snow falling so softly, so quietly. Great green evergreen branches on the stairs and red holly berries in the hall. Downstairs it was still warm. The warm smells of Christmas, pine trees and wood smoke, and oh, wonderful smell of Christmas seals and packages not yet opened. The night before Christmas, Christmas Eve. Quietly listening all over, with eyes and ears and hands and feet, they went down into the warm, dark, pine-scented hall. They came to the living room door. They listened. Beyond the window pane, white flakes in the blue night. The snow fell down. They couldn't hear it. A piece of wood creaked in the dying fire. Then the children went into the room and stood close together on the soft rug in front of the fire. They couldn't speak or move. It was as though a magic had come true. The Christmas tree was all there, trimmed with shiny glints of red and blue and green that flickered in the dying firelight. Silver and gold tinsel hung all over the tree, loads and loads of tinsel, gold tinsel. And in front of the chimney, where they could reach out and touch them, hung their stockings filled with little white bundles and tangerines and strange shapes. If they reached out their hands, they could touch them. Under the tree were more packages, and there was one big package. They all saw it. It looked like an electric train. It went all around the tree. They all saw it. No one spoke. No one moved. And then, suddenly in the night, through the soft snow falling outside, the voices
This reminds me of Anne of Green
came.
Gables.
They came those voices, so quietly in the night, singing, "Holy night, silent night, all is calm, all is bright." The children ran to the window. Dark figures were moving outside in the snow. The dark figures carried a lantern. They were grown-up people singing. The children listened. The sound of the voices seemed to fall with the snow. Sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace. The song stopped. There was that quietness of snow again. The grown-up people moved around outside. dark figures against the white snow. The Christmas carolers. They were the Christmas carolers, grown-up people who went from house to house, singing Christmas songs on Christmas Eve. The children quickly turned toward the stairs. They went up the stairs almost running, only as quietly still as they could. And they jumped into bed with their clothes on. Their hearts were pounding. Then the singing began again. God rest you, merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. O tidings of comfort and joy.
I wish we weren't sideways. I'm also having to turn my head sideways to see.
Patty's Christmas by Helen A. Mansell. Once upon a time in a blue-black cave...
I love the way people talked back
lived
then.
a brown, bouncing bear cub named Patty.
I love this.
His father and
This
his
is so
mother,
sweet.
his uncle, and his aunt lived there too. All through the winter, though, these grown-ups just dozed and slept in the
Grown-ups.
blue-black cave in the
Grown
heart of the
people.
woods, leaving Patty to tumble and frolic in front of the cave all by his lonesome self. That is why, one clear, frosty morning in the winter, when the snow was on the treetops and the sun was making warm splotches on the ground where it shone through the woods, Paddy, with no one to watch him, slipped and tumbled and slipped down the mountainside until he almost rolled into a log cabin standing where the valley ended and the mountain began. Now, Paddy was a wise youngster. He knew he shouldn't let the human beings in that cabin see him. Human beings do strange things to bouncing bear cubs when they get a chance. He stopped his slipping and tumbling in a hurry and hid in the bushes. He had a suspicion he ought to turn around and go back home. But his father and his mother and his uncle and his aunt had told him so many things about human beings, and he was feeling so very gay and frolicsome and adventurous. He decided to
I like
listen
that
for
word.
a while. He did, and he felt, and he smelled. When the sun began to go down and he was forced to climb and crawl back to the blue-black cave in the heart of the woods, he was so excited he didn't know what to do. He hurried into the blue-black cave and called his mother and his father and his uncle and his aunt. He bounced against them and tickled them and pulled their ears until they were really awake enough to know what he was talking about. "What is Christmas?" he asked them excitedly. "It's pretty, it's lots of fun, and it makes you feel good from the inside out." "I don't know," said Father, and rumbled back to sleep. "I don't know," said Mother, and tumbled back to sleep. "I don't know," said Uncle, and rumbled back to sleep. "I don't know," said Aunt, and tumbled back to sleep. Then Paddy waked them all up again, and he looked very determined as he did it. "I've got to find out," he told them, "because I want one so bad. If you don't tell me, I'll go back down and ask the human beings themselves. And you ought to know what they do when they catch bouncing bear cubs. They'll take me and keep me and teach me how to dance." This frightened the grown-up bears so that Uncle lumbered to his feet and said he would go find out what Christmas was and bring one back to Paddy. He lumbered down the mountainside to the little log cabin where the valley ended and the mountain began. And he listened, and he watched, and he smelled, and he felt. Then he came back to Paddy. "Christmas," he told Paddy, "is holly and mistletoe, and running cedar and things like that. We get them and decorate and sing songs about it. And that is Christmas." Then all the grown-ups went back to sleep. But Paddy went back and he gathered holly and mistletoe and running cedar and things like that, and hung them all around the walls of the blue-black cave. Then he sang songs such as he had heard the children sing in the cabin where the mountain ended and the valley began. For a time he was very happy, but finally he began to feel that something was wrong. He thought it all over, and at last he went back and waked his father and his mother and his uncle and his aunt. Uncle Bear was wrong, he told them. "This isn't Christmas. There is something more." Because when human beings have it, it's pretty, and it's loads of fun, and it makes you feel good from the inside out. The mistletoe and holly and things like that are pretty, but that's all. What is Christmas? This time it was Aunt Bear who said she would go find out. She rambled down the mountainside to the little log cabin where the mountain ended and the valley began. And she listened and she watched, and she smelled and she felt. Then she came back to Patty. Christmas, she told Patty, is getting presents. You get toys and good things to eat, and play and have a good time, and that is Christmas. Here, I brought you some presents on my way back. She gave him a log full of honey, some big crinkly pine cones to play ball with, and a big blue ribbon to tie around his fur collar. Then all the grown-ups went back to sleep. Patty went back into the woods, and he dressed up in his ribbon, and ate his honey, and played with his pine cone. For a while he was happy as the day was long, but he finally felt something was wrong. He thought about it. And at last he went back into the blue black cave and waked them all up again. Aunt Bear was wrong, he told them. This isn't Christmas. There's something more. Because when human beings have it, it's pretty, and it's loads of fun. It makes you feel good from the inside out. These presents are pretty, and they are loads of fun, but that is all. What is Christmas? Then Mother, who understood Patty better than the others, said she would go find out. She scrunched off down the mountainside to the little log cabin where the mountain ended and the valley began. And she listened, and she watched, and she smelled, and she felt. Then she came back to Patty. Christmas, she said, is more than mistletoe and holly. It is more than presents, too. It is giving something to somebody else and making them happy as well as yourself. Then all the grown-ups went back to sleep. Patty went back to the woods, and he found a stick for his father to use when he climbed around the mountains. He hunted until he found
this is
a
so
whole
sweet.
paw full of nuts for Uncle Bear, and some bright red feathers the cardinal had dropped for Aunt Bear. For his mother, he picked a bunch of stiff grasses and tied them into a broom with which she could sweep out the blue-black cave. Laden down with all these things, he went back to the cave, and for the last time, he waked his father and his mother and his uncle and his aunt. He gave them all his presents, and then just lay back and rolled with delight when he saw how surprised and pleased they were. Merry Christmas, cried Patty, and he knew that it was, for it was pretty, and it was loads of fun, and it made him feel good from the inside out. And a Merry Christmas to all of you, too.
Sweet, I like that story.
The Christmas Kitten by Janet Conkle. It was that night of wonderment, the night before Christmas.
This is right here.
But little Kitten did not know this. She did not like the cold, dark night. So off she went to find a home. She went from house to house, but no one heard her. Then she looked in a window. Happy, laughing children were hanging balls on a tree. This is the house for me, said little Kitten. Mew! But no one heard her. The lights went out. The house was dark. Then she heard a door open. She slipped in, past the milk bottle and past the feet. No one saw her. She hid behind a door. Soon she came out and listened. There was not a sound. She walked through the house. There was the tree with the shining balls and the toys. She saw a little dog, but he did not speak, so she went on. The big doll was more friendly. She said, "Mama," when little Kitten touched her. And there, where she could reach it, was that beautiful bright ball. Little Kitten played with it, ever so carefully. But down it came. That beautiful bright ball was broken. Little Kitten tried to hide in the truck, but it was too small. She climbed the Christmas tree. Up, up, up she went. She was hungry, so she went after a Christmas cookie. Down it fell. Little Kitten had to climb down to get the cookie. It was such a good cookie. But her ears went up. She could hear the children coming. She jumped for a big box and fell in. Maybe they will not see me, thought Little Kitten. Santa Claus was here, cried Danny. The kitten was very quiet, but the paper made a little noise. Look, cried Danny. Santa has brought us a real live Christmas kitten. Mary picked up the kitten. Now we can give something for Christmas, said Mary. We can give the kitten a home, said Danny. We can give her all she can eat, said Tim. And we can give her love, said Mary. So it was the happiest Christmas of all.
Is that it? That one was short. Oh, I think this one might be over. And there is another side on this one, so I can flip it. But I'm working on this cardinal. I kind of want to get her all done. Also working on the blue jay. Trying to get the birds. Bird's good. The birds started anyway. There you go. Is this the bird? Yep. I thought I had the beak. Oh, I do. Where's it going? Is this right? I guess not. Go. There we go. You go right there. Okay, I'm gonna go flip the record over. My goodness, there's so many birds. The long stocking and the friendly beast are on side 2.
The Long Stocking
Long
by Velma Ilsley. One night, 3 weeks before Christmas, Miranda put on her coat and hat, pulled on her mittens and rubber boots, picked up her bank, put the key in her pocket, and went out. It was snowing lightly. Miranda walked the 3 short blocks to the home of Mrs. Chip Parker. Miranda could see her through the
I like the
window.
name Chip.
Mrs. Chip
It's a
Parker
cute
was
name.
knitting. Miranda rang the doorbell and went in. Inside, she took off her mittens and left her boots in the hall. "Good morning, Miranda," said Mrs. Chip Parker without looking up. "What can I do for you?" Miranda put the bank on the table and drew out the key. Mrs. Chip Parker stopped knitting. Miranda opened the bank. Out fell hundreds of pennies. They formed a
Pennies.
small mound in the middle of the table. "I want a long, red stocking, Miranda said. One very long red stocking. Could you have it ready for Christmas?
Yay.
Mrs. Chip Parker promised to start on it right away. And she did. Every day, Miranda went to see how her stocking was growing. And every day the stocking grew longer. By Christmas, it would be very long. And it was. It was so long that when Miranda rolled it up, it was too large to carry. So she stuffed it in a paper bag and took it home on her sled. That night, when the house was quiet, Miranda tiptoed downstairs and hung up her stocking. It trailed right into the front hall. By morning, it would be filled to the top with surprises. Didn't Santa always fill stockings right to the top? He did. When Miranda came down on Christmas morning, there was the stocking filled to the top. She was so excited, she hardly looked at the gifts under the tree. It took her all morning to empty her stocking. When she had found the last gift, she got dressed. She put on her coat and hat, pulled on her mittens and rubber boots, and went out into the bright day. Emmy Lou was trying on her new sled. She smiled when she saw Miranda. But when Miranda mentioned stockings, Emmy Lou stopped smiling. Santa forgot to leave me what I wanted most, she said. A tiny French doll with eyes that opened and closed, just small enough for a stocking. Miranda's face clouded. Miranda had found a French doll in her own stocking. She didn't mention the doll to Emmy Lou. Miranda went off down the street. Timothy was putting a charcoal nose on a snowman. Now and then he looked proudly down at his new red boots. He smiled when he saw Miranda. But when Miranda mentioned stockings, Timothy stopped smiling. Santa forgot to leave me what I wanted most, he said. A musical top, just small enough for a stocking. Miranda's face clouded. Miranda had found a musical top in her own stocking. She didn't mention the top to Timothy. Miranda went off down the street. Polly was learning to skate on a small frozen spot in her driveway. Her skates sparkled in the sun. Polly's eyes sparkled too. She smiled when she saw Miranda. But when Miranda mentioned stockings, Polly stopped smiling. Santa
I also like
forgot
the
to
name
leave me
Polly.
what I wanted most.
You don't really
she
hear
said.
the name Polly
A
anymore.
pair of puppets, just small enough for a stocking. Miranda's face clouded. Miranda had found a pair of puppets in her own stocking. She didn't mention the puppets to Polly. Miranda went home. The next day, when Miranda went out, she met more of her friends. They all smiled when they saw Miranda. But when Miranda mentioned stockings, they stopped smiling. Santa had forgotten to leave each one of them the gift he had wanted most for Christmas. Gifts just small enough for stocking. Gifts like those Miranda had found in her own stocking. Miranda stopped mentioning stockings. Miranda stopped going out. She stayed inside and thought. Miranda thought for a very long time. Then she went into the kitchen where Cook was baking a cake. 3 days later, Miranda had a party. Everyone was invited. There was ice cream and cake. There were games. There was a magician. Miranda thought he looked a lot like Papa, only Papa wasn't a magician. Of course, he had a hat, an enormous hat. But it turned out to be more like Santa's bag. Instead of rabbits, the magician pulled out a French doll for Emmy Lou, a musical top for Timothy, a pair of puppets for Polly. There was a gift for everyone. There was even a gift for Miranda. One pair of not-so-long, bright, red stockings.
I don't get it.
The friendly
I don't think I was paying enough
Lord
attention.
Nelson Baker. Although it was night, the animals in the stable were not asleep. The sky was too bright with stars. The hills of Judea were sprinkled with a new light, and the wind in the olive trees seemed full of whispers. The sheep in the corner shook his horns. The cow turned her head slowly toward the window where light streamed in on the yellow straw. On the rafters above the stalls, two doves cooed softly.
This goes somewhere.
This night was different from all other nights in the year.
I don't
It
know
was the
where.
first Christmas
I think
Eve.
it goes here.
The beasts had seen the great star in the east.
And this one.
They had heard voices telling them that a Christ child was to be born. They talked about the birth of the child as they waited. The babe will bless us all, said the sheep with the curly horn. His birth will make our stable holy, said the cow, all red and white. Wise men will visit him, said the doves from the rafters high. But what, asked the sheep, will we give him on Christmas morn? Yes, what, cried the cow, can we give him, poor beast that we are? Oh, how, said the doves, can we please the child sent from on high? The sheep folded his legs and knelt on the stable floor. The cow switched her tail in the darkness and chewed hard on a wisp of hay. The doves on the rafters moved closer together.
I'm
There
gonna
was
put the rest of
silence
these
in
on
the
the table.
stable while the animals thought of what they might do. Then from far away came the sound of music. The heavenly hosts, cried the sheep, telling the shepherds about the child, said the cow. Angel music, whispered the doves to one another. The song came into the stable. It filled the air all around. The friendly beasts opened their ears wide to hear. Suddenly, each knew the gift he would give to the Christ child. The star has moved closer, warned the sheep. They will soon be here, said the cow.
This
We
goes
must tell our
somewhere.
gifts, said the doves.
Somewhere down
I,
here.
said the sheep with curly horn, will give him my wool for a blanket warm. He'll wear my coat on Christmas morn. I, said the sheep with curly horn.
What,
I,
Shadow?
said the cow, all white and red, I'll give him my manger for his bed. I'll give him my hay to pillow his head. I, said the cow, all white and red. I, said the dove from the rafters high, I'll coo him to sleep, that he shall not cry. We'll coo him to sleep, my mate and I, said the dove from the rafters high.
People
The
are
beasts
falling asleep.
finished their song of gifts and waited. When the stable door opened, they all turned their heads,
Surely these go over
but
here
it was
somewhere.
only the donkey. What gift have you for the Christ child? Asked the cow. What will you do for the babe? Asked the sheep. Perhaps you too can sing for him, said the doves politely. The donkey stopped in the doorway. He looked behind him at Mary, the mother, and at Joseph, who stood beside her. He lifted his long ears. I, said the donkey, shaggy and brown, have carried his mother uphill and down. I carried his mother to Bethlehem town. I, said the donkey, shaggy and brown. Then they are here, cried the cow. Glory is yours on this wonderful night, bleated the sheep, and the doves murmured, oh, lovely donkey. Thus every beast, proudly and well, in the stable dark sang a song, to tell of the gift he was giving Emmanuel. The gift he was giving Emmanuel. Jesus, our God, wise and good,
I didn't expect this on this record. I also love the way that women sang back then. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful.
Jesus, our brother, kind and good. I said the sheep with curly horns gave him my wool for his blanket warm. He wore my coat on Christmas morn. I fed the sheep I gave him my hay to pillow his head. I said the cock of white and red. I said the drum from the rafters high. Told him to sleep, but he should not cry.
Hey, Speckles.
I made and I said the drum from the rafters high. I said the donkey shaggy and brown.
I knew it. I knew it. I knew that would go there somewhere. Now I've got to figure out these. And this is over, and I don't feel like getting up. I don't feel like getting up to go change it. Well, hope you're okay with being quiet for a second, because I just want to hang here for just a minute. There it is. Okay. I think this is going to go over here somewhere. This has red on it. So it's going to go here. Yeah. Yep, yep, yep. thinking that I needed to do the birds first and that I had messed up by not doing the birds first. Maybe there's another puzzle that I have been doing out of order, and that's what I was thinking of. This goes here. This is a beak, I think. Yep, it's a beak. Words. Almost done, y'all. Almost done with my little puzzle. I'm glad I picked a 250 piece, because if I would have picked another, like a bigger size, I wouldn't have been able to finish it on live stream, and that would have bothered me to leave something incomplete like that. That really would have bothered me. There might be this here. Interesting. Oh, it does go there. It's starting to look like I might be missing a piece or two. And I know that I don't have any of these pieces in my missing puzzle piece box over by the door. I'm pretty sure anyway that I don't. But I can go check when I'm done. I'm all focused and quiet. I have that stuck in my head for the rest of today. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. 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 Actually, this one is there. This one. Yay. That one. Oh wow. Lots of bits. Lots of bits. Come on, I'm almost done. Quickly, quickly, find the spots they go. Pretty sure down here. Well, what should I talk about? Because there's lots of dead air. I had a lot of coffee. I have to go to the bathroom, but I'm not going to get up until this is done. I'm going to finish this first, and then I'm going to go to the bathroom when I'm done with this stream. I'm also going to check the internet and see if I have school in the morning. I have work in the morning. Oh yay, another piece. What else am I going to do? So today, after this, I want to go on a walk. I also want to do some exercises with my 10-pound weights today. Believe it or not, I was quite a gym rat when I was in college, and it started during COVID. I really liked going to the gym to work out, so it was about an hour walk to the gym from college, from the dorm, and I would walk to the gym, and that would be my cardio, and, well, part of my cardio, and then I would do a workout, and sometimes I would be there for like 2 to 3 hours, because it was like the only chance I got to go out, because it was COVID, like even churches were closed. And so I would do that, and then later in the day I would go for a run. I had a path that I ran, like my little path every day. I can't run anymore though. I messed up my legs somehow in the process of running. I was a really good runner. I had good form. I don't know how, but I ended up injuring myself. So I had to stop running. And then I got really even more into going to the gym after I stopped running. Yeah. Okay, so I didn't join the gym until I had to stop running, so I would walk to the gym. I'm sorry, I misremembered. Yeah. So I walked to the gym, and that was my cardio because I couldn't run anymore. Yep. And now I did have a gym membership for a while until I really realized I needed to just start saving money, and so I cut that out and just started exercising at home. Oh hey, maybe I'm not short on pieces. But I haven't done any exercise with weights in a while. I do stretching and stuff. Very, very simple exercises. But I need to strengthen my arms a little bit. My goal for working out now isn't to be swole. It's just to be to keep my movement and stuff as I get older, because I'm gonna be 30 this year, which isn't old, but it's the age where I need to kind of start thinking about my diet and my exercise and wanting to maintain strength and flexibility as I age. Okay, so here's my box with all of my extra pieces in it. And there's 2 of them, and neither of them belong right there. But that is going to be all for this stream. I got to go to the bathroom. I need a bathroom break. And it was just over an hour, which is kind of what I wanted to do. I think most streams that I watch are kind of in between 2 to 4 hours, which is a lot. But, like, usually the streams I have on while I'm going to bed and stuff are pretty long. We're in the cave. Oh, hi Isabella and Maddie. Sweet. My channel name is Blueberry Muffins Cottage. Over here, or unless you're asking somebody else. Can't see. Yeah, I was. I mean, I don't think it's so much dedication as it was. I really wanted to have some kind of control over my routine because everything felt like out of my control. So that was my way of like maintaining control. And it was great. I really enjoyed it back then, but it's not conducive to my lifestyle right now. Working out from home is much more. Oh my gosh, guys! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! She was on the floor. I have all the pieces. Look at that. She's complete. I had fun. This was fun. I just know that I need to not drink coffee right before because I'm only an hour and 20 minutes in, and I'm like, please let me go to the bathroom. Too much information. But I'm gonna go and I'm gonna enjoy the rest of my snow day and go on some walks. I hope you enjoyed listening to a couple of records with me, doing puzzles. I really hope that you all could hear. And see my kitty cats in the background. But thanks so much for hanging out. And I hope I figure out how to end this correctly. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see y'all in the next one if I do another live stream on this channel, but we'll see. Bye. See you in the next one if you watch the next one. If I have a next one. Have a great day, y'all.